I stepped out of the car driving wise, which is, I don't know, I still not the easiest thing to talk about. For me, I've always, racing's all I've ever wanted to do, ever, period. And I always get told that I shouldn't just assume my identity is tied in directly to being a racing driver, but it's very hard not to. Long story short with that, too many concussions and not being able to deal with the G in a downforce car anymore, whether it's the P2 or, you know, Grand Effect Formula 1 car from the 70s. I can't, my head, my brain can't handle the G anymore. So it was the right decision for me personally, and for the team. Like to stay in the P2 would have been dumb. Like I couldn't compete. Like it just off the pace, and you know, it's strange. I jump in a GT car like GT3, or I jump in some of the older type cars, Lotus Land or whatever, GT40, and like still just as fast as ever. But in anything which is a downforce related type car, I just can't do it anymore. As you probably know, I never do things by halves, and so I was always, in my head, I was always going to be a professional racing driver. And if you don't give yourself any other option, like, you find a way to make it work. And so when I moved to America with literally nothing, and you find a way to make it work, because that's, you pigeonhole yourself and there's no other option. So it's either make it work or like, what are you going to go and do? Yeah, Road Atlanta for me, just showing up was bittersweet. It was my first event out of the car, but we had Christian Rasmussen in the car, who is our young Danish superstar and my replacement for the 2023 season going forward.
Well, first of all, you need to be quick, right? I think that's been my main focus, getting acclimated to the car and just kind of try to avoid making these rookie mistakes. I had a small rookie mistake yesterday with having to do a drive-through in pit lane, but again, that's what practice is for, getting all these procedures down and getting used to it all.
I think Petit Le Mans is, it borderlines because of the distance. It's kind of between a sprint race and an endurance race. Very, very difficult traffic track. The time you can gain or lose in traffic is greater than any other event we go to, because so much of the first part of the track is single file through the S's. So navigating traffic, you know, we have to weigh up the risk over reward, the time loss over the potential issue or contact.
The best way to describe Road Atlanta as a racetrack is intense. Yeah, you've got the back straight, but there's no real opportunity to relax. It's such a busy lap, and especially in a prototype with how many GT cars there were, 15 and P3s and all sorts of stuff. There's never, you're always in traffic. Trying to get a clear lap is what feels to me next to impossible every time I've done Petit Le Mans.
We'll do our best early on just to be smart, navigate the traffic, and then once darkness comes down, it's going to be a shootout to the end. We are in a battle with the 8 car. It's really whoever finishes ahead is probably going to take the championship. So I think as a team we've came in as best as we can. We're prepared. The addition of Christian has strengthened the performance a little bit too. So, I mean, you know, Kyle and Sarah have thrown everything into this program to try and get a championship for the team.
First of all, I just love competing. Ever since I was a kid, I've been a huge competition person. Like, I want to compete with others, I want to beat others. A lot of people say that they're all in it for the winning, like winning feeling. For me, I'm kind of the opposite. I just hate losing. So what do you do when you hate losing? You just win, right? driving the car is actually the least of everything. It's more how you navigate like traffic with all the multi-class racing. That's definitely a bit new to me, but I'm getting used to it. I'm getting better at it all the time. All of my background is in open wheel racing, so we're used to sprint races that are like most maybe 45 minutes long. So doing a 10-hour race is going to be a completely new thing for me, and having to share the car is going to be different. But I think it's cool. I'm enjoying every moment and learning everything I can.
We put together a list of silver drivers, then we narrowed the list down, and like I had a short list, Tim had a short list, Scott, best engineer, had a short list, and Christian was on all of our lists. No one really had a bad word to say about him. We wanted someone who was a good person, a good fit, and nice to hang out with. And thankfully for Christian, we got someone who's massively fast and he's a great kid to hang out with. So yeah, we're looking forward to having him next year and seeing what happens.
There's like so much going on. You have the countdown of boxes in your ear. You need to start thinking about unbuckling your belt. You need to plug out the radio. There's just a lot of stuff going on within those last 10 seconds of going into the box.
Biggest thing is on a pit stop, in first. Just, you got to get it clean in. Because that's what, when you get hooked up first, your 34 seconds or whatever you're in for means so much. If it takes you a second to get in, a second on the track is a straightaway.
Okay, go slow.
The race was good. The car was rocket ship fast. We were very, very confident in what we had. And unfortunately, we had a parts failure. That's kind of just rings true of the race, and like how it shows how hectic it is. And you know, the sports car racing these days is very much a flat-out sprint race for 12 hours or 24 hours. Like, the level is so high and the car is now so good, whereas back in the day you could do a 24-hour race and you're kind of just nursing the car around for like the first 22 hours in the 24. We go to the Rolex 24 and it's a flat-out sprint race right from the word go. It couldn't have come really at a worse time. We think it was due to contact early on in the race. Yeah, when Ryan was coming out of turn 10B, we had a right front upright fail, ultimately it cost us a shot at the championship, but you know, Dwight ended up second in points and we ended up third in the team's championship, so it was by no means a bad result for the season.
At the same time, it's like, what else would we be doing? We do this because it's what we love to do. Good or bad result, we'll still be doing this. We spend so much time together, but we make the decision to hang out together, even outside of work. And that should say pretty much all you need to know about how we are, because even when given the choice, this is who we want to be around.
One of the reasons that I think I've had a lot of success at Era, I feel like I'm supported 100% here. I feel like a part of the family. I'm very grateful to Kyle and Sarah for having me here for my second year. Yeah, it is, you know, it's cliche to say that it's a family business, but it really is with these guys. It's a position I've not been in for a number of years, I would say, and I've said this to many people before I joined Era. I really just was contemplating, you know, retiring because I wasn't enjoying it. It was definitely getting a bit too much for me, and Kyle and I put this deal together, and it just gave me a whole new lease on racing, and I'm really enjoying racing right now.
I think one of the keys to our success is we don't have a rotating door of staff and drivers. We have the same core group year after year after year, and like we all fall out, we all argue, as like any kind of like family type environment does, but consistency between both crew and driver, for me, that's a big part of our success. We're just fully focused on winning everything we can win next year, starting with Daytona. So yeah, if anybody else has eyes on Daytona or eyes on the championship, yeah, you got to come through us.
Too much effort in my beer.
Chocolate or strawberry? Chocolate. Chocolate or strawberry? 1 for 1. All right, who's got strawberry? Who's got chocolate?
I have strawberry.
Strawberry?
Strawberry.
There's a strawberry.
Can you tell I'm not a criminal? Your choice is seminal. I want you to stay true to what's right for you. No matter who or know what will others say. Just find your way.
Get out of camera. I'll knock the wall.
How do you think testing is going?
I've got cigarettes and brandy, which could come in handy. Just help me loosen up my hand grenades fuse. Baby, don't refuse my truth, but it's up to you now to choose. I want you to stay true to what's right for you. No matter who or know what will ever say. Just find your way and try to stay true.
So hi, this is Maverick. Maverick, what's your favorite part about racing? What's your favorite part about racing?
I'd say the crazy community that is this circus that sets up every weekend at the racetrack and the people that are in it.
It's almost part of the valley, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Hey, look who's back.
To stay true to what's right for you, no matter who